Hello everyone. I'd like to thank everyone for coming today. My name is Lisa Arnett, and this is for our communications class. And assignment number 7 was informative speech. And some of you chose item number 1 or item number 2. I chose item number 2, and we're going to learn about Paris, France, and more about the monuments of Paris, France, and why you'd want to tour there. Everybody should have received a tidbit sheet about Paris when they entered the room. It just gives you a little bit of tidbits about the capital, the population, the languages they have, the religions they have, the raw materials they have, and the agriculture that they grow and things like that, the type of government. So if you did not get one, please let me know and we'll pass those out to you. As I stated, I chose France, more in particular Paris, France, that we were going to learn about today with the monuments. The 19th century architecture is a wide subject only because there are so many beautiful, magnificent buildings located there, and one of them is the House of Parliament. We'll pass these around at the end of class so you can kind of get a better view of those. The House of Parliament was built between 1840 and 1865. It was built by Sir Charles Barry in a Gothic rival style. The buildings cover more than an area of 8 acres. That's more than what most people build their homes on. And contains 1,100 staircases and 11 courts leading to those. The exterior is a terrific Gothic style. It's very impressive with its 3 towers. There are 3 towers located with the House of Parliament. The very first tower, which is the Victoria Tower, spans more than 336 feet into the air. Then you have the second tower, which is the middle tower, and that's more than 330 feet into the air. And the last tower is the tower that we're more familiar with, and that's the St. Stephen's Tower, better known as the Clock Tower, and this spans 320 feet into the sky. The latter contains a clock with 4 dials on it. Each dial is 23 feet in length, and the Great Bell is called Big Ben, and that's what we're really familiar with, Big Ben. Big Ben weighs about 13.5 tons, which is incredible. Most people don't realize that. Among the House of Peers, you have the House of Commons. You have St. Stephen's Hall, which is in St. Stephen's Chapel. Then the residence of the Speaker, the librarians, the committee rooms, and the lobbies connect with the House of Commons and the House of Peers. And all of that is located in the House of Parliament. We're going to talk a little bit more in detail about the structure that's most fascinating to me, and that's La Tour Eiffel. And no, I didn't say that wrong. That's how the French say the Eiffel Tower. They refer to it as La Tour Eiffel. The Eiffel Tower is the last metal construction of the 1887 expedition. From top to bottom, the Eiffel Tower is a naked structure just showing rivets and seams proudly. The structure consists of 2 visibly distinct parts. You have the base, which is the platform that it's all resting on, with 4 separate supports called bases or pylons is how they refer to it. So you have the 4 separate legs. We would call it legs, but they call it pylons or bends. And above this is the slender tower created as it bends, tapers upward, rising above a second platform, which you have here. And it's merged into a unifying column then, which we see here. Work on the Eiffel Tower began in January of 1887 with new techniques for the construction. The Eiffel Tower was built with just metal on metal, which everybody was worried about metal on metal. It only took 26 months for the Eiffel Tower to be completed, which is incredible. That's just shortly over 2 years that this massive tower was completed. The whole idea of iron on iron could be beautiful flew in the face of the architectural libraries. With the little cost and little labor, only complaints about it were directed at the starkness. It wasn't going to have any stone or any marble, so you could be able to see right through it, and most people weren't used to that with structures. Normally, they were solid and you couldn't see through them, and even though you could tour them and go through them, there was stone around you or solid walls around you. The Paris skyline was changed forever with this steel tower. Later, a telecommunications tower was added to the top of the antenna up there. That raised the height of this tower almost 350 meters, which is 1,052 feet. Now this massive tower weighs nearly 7,000 tons, which is just incredible. The Eiffel Tower was the tallest man-made building until 1930 when the Chrysler Building was built. The Eiffel Tower was built to commemorate the French Revolution, and not many people understand what the reasoning behind the Eiffel Tower is. And it was to commemorate the French Revolution. A competition was held with designs that would be most suitable for the monument. More than 100 plans were sent in, and only 3 were picked, and then 1 stands today. Conceived by Gustav Alexander Eiffel, who was an accomplished bridge engineer, the tower's designs were sent to the Centennial Committee before they were approved. The reply came back no more than 1 month later, and the work on the tower began. Within 5 months, they started the base of the tower, and progress was very fast, and by late August, the first section had been completed. Throughout the building, the tower's complaints flowed that they were worried about, steel on steel being their monument. Were they going to have enough funding to complete the project? How was it going to look when it was finished? People just couldn't visualize this, so there was complaints flowing the whole time this tower was being built. Throughout the tower's complaints, Gustav used his artistic sense to dictate how it was going to be completed, so he oversaw the whole project. Making use of new techniques, the rest of the tower's base was finished. The curves of the trusses required elevators to ascend on a curve. The elevators, which not many people know this as well, they were built in the U.S. So we can proudly say there was something made in the U.S. on the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower was the first of its kind. Preceding towers have tried to copy Greek architecture instead of being the original, but they all failed. This began a revolution of civil engineering and architectural design, because after this was completed, everybody was just fascinated with how it actually turned out. The first level we have at the bottom here is 189 feet in the air, and now consists of the observatory form, which you can study the monument of the Eiffel Tower on the summit of it. The second level is 379 feet in the air and has a panoramic view of Paris. That's where you have your telescopes, your shops, your trinket shops, and everything you can shop at. And then it also has a very nice restaurant, which is a 5-star restaurant, and I would highly recommend that you go there, but they take reservations only because they're so busy. The third level, which is 900 feet and 11 inches in the air, has the exceptional panoramic view of Paris, especially at night. Recently, they redid this floor in the Gustav's office, and by remodeling that and updating it, they made it where Gustav was showing Thomas Edison the first time around the Eiffel Tower. So now you can see that on the third floor. It may take it every bit of 20-plus years for people finally to accept the Eiffel Tower as the monument. But people did change their mind. All the iron buildings built trying to copy this have been destroyed. Nobody was ever able to copy this. Today, the Eiffel Tower remains the most recognized structure in Europe. So if you're ever out and want to take a vacation, I would highly recommend this once-in-a-lifetime vacation to Europe and tour the Eiffel Tower and take the time, since you're going to be there, and go on the second floor and eat in the restaurant. If you have any questions, please let me know.